Unfortunately, Will, I wasn't able to go to the swing dance event last Saturday because no one was able to go. No one being Casey. Casey, you're an ass. For many reasons. So I'm not going to talk about the swing dancing thing at all. I'm going to save that for another video. Probably not next week because I'm not going again tonight either. So instead, I'm going to talk about thoughts that a recent, or that a James Baldwin biography instilled in me. James Baldwin was a prominent African American author who wrote on issues pertaining to the so-called civil rights movement, which he claimed was a misnomer, a white way of sanitizing the Black Revolution. His thoughts are interesting, to say the least, revolutionary, provocative. We'll go with that one, provocative, to anyone who's interested in that, in reading about social justice movements. Definitely recommend him for that, and because Mr. Fennimore said that we should look him up. So, here you go. But his biographies, the biography that I read, spanned his life from the day he was born to until the day he died. Obviously, nothing really exciting there. But it went into discussions of how he approached his work, how his attitudes towards writing changed over time, and analyzed many of his works. It got me wondering about what my life, what I'm passionate about, what drives me, what makes me do things. And I'm sad to say that the only reason I could think of was, the only reason I can think of, for doing anything, for the reason I've done anything, is my need to be recognized as someone who is intelligent. It's a somewhat, and that's a somewhat shallow reason for doing anything. And I say shallow in the sense, not that, meaning that it's not an illegitimate reason to do something, because it implies that I desperately need approval from other people, and anyone who is doing anything for their own self-image suggests that they need other people to think highly of them in order to function. But it's also, so when I say shallow, I mean that it doesn't. It's not inspiring. It doesn't help society really. It's a very stable. It's a very unstable reason to do something, to believe in something. I like to think of the of Jesus's parable. The castle on the rock and versus the shack, or the castle on the sand versus the shack on the rock, with one's need, with one's egotistical needs, whatever they might be, being represented by the castle in the sand, and legitimate reasons, other reasons, like a genuine desire to love other people and to teach other people the value of love, for example, being represented by the shack on the rock. What do you guys think your passions are? What drives you? Why do you do what you love? Why are you choosing the degrees that you're choosing? Why did you decide to go to the college that you go to? And please, the superficial answers like, it was cheap and blah 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 blah, or I've always loved doing this, yada yada yada, aren't exactly what I'm going for, and I really shouldn't be what you're going for either. Those kinds of answers can't help anyone. They can't help you understand new things about yourself, but actually think about the question and the answer. Yeah. Well, and what do you hope to do with the things that drive you? When answering this question, I encourage you to be honest because, well, for a few reasons. One, there's nothing worse than lying to yourself about why you're doing something. It's just a crappy feeling. You might be able to fool other people, but you can never escape your own conscience. And two, we are members of the Dead Poet Society, and the Dead Poet Society, if anything, stands for continuous self-examination, continuous desire to know oneself, and perhaps, dare I say, a need, or not, maybe not a need, but an understanding of the importance of using what one learns about oneself to bridge gaps between oneself and other people. You know, learning how to become a better person and a better lover, I guess, if I'm going for a better lover of people. I don't know, but you get the idea. It's a Dead Poet Society thing. So answer the question thoroughly and honestly. All right, that's today's video. You know, one, I hope it was comprehensible. Two, I hope that you actually, take that question to heart. And start thinking about it and respond to the video. I'd like to see your guys' faces, hear your guys' voices, and hear you guys' hear your opinions and thoughts on things. All right, until next time.